44-point win. I guess you can't complain too much. Huddle up.
You don't want none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel. And in this huddle, baby, we're going to talk about Carolina's 97-53 win over the North Carolina Central Eagles. And I guess you can't complain too much, man, to be completely honest with you, man. Carolina did not have the greatest first half. They did take a 15-point lead into the break, 39-24, but it wasn't very overwhelming when you kind of take into consideration home court against, a team like North Carolina Central. No shade towards them. They came out and played hard, gave us a really good look. Now, Carolina did kind of forward on in the second half. They turned up. They hit a lot more stinking shots. They outscored Central 58-29, almost 30-point swing in that second half. So that was really good to see. And it seems like we've kind of seen a trend from North Carolina in that sense where, they come out kind of slow, methodical, kind of figuring things out in the first half. And then they kind of, for whatever reason, they step on the gas in the second half, man. And they kind of did that today, dude. Made a lot more three balls. That was good to see. The numbers may not really indicate that necessarily when you look at the percentages, but it felt like they were able to find some open guys in the corners. Powell had a couple of open threes. It was good to see Derek Dixon get a little hot, dude. I think he hit a couple of threes in this game. So, Carolina's finding ways to score in the absence of a guy like Seth. I still think that, Seth's absence is, it's very plain to see. It's very plain to see, Carolina's having to find other ways to do things, because outside of Caleb Wilson and maybe even a guy like maybe Henry Vasar, just because of his length, we don't see him as athletic, from top to bottom as a guy that can really get out and run the floor like a Seth Trimble, man. Obviously, we know that he can jump out of the daggone building, but one of the things that I even personally took for granted of what Seth did, not just, as great of a defensive player he was on one side of the floor, it was his ability to get out in the break, man, and really push the pace, push the tempo, and, get points before the opposing team can get their defense set. And I really think that played a role in that first half where Carolina was only able to put up 39 points because the shots weren't falling at a really high clip and they weren't able to get out and run. Central was able to continually get back, set up their defense. It's kind of like a matchup zone kind of look, if you will, with maybe some man principles. And, Carolina, once they got the ball to the free throw line with either Henry Vasar or Caleb Wilson, and they were able to work that high-low game with, Caleb coming down the baseline because he lived at the stinking rim in that first half, played a really good stinking first half. A lot of dunks in that thing, a lot of oops for Caleb. So they were able to work that by getting the ball kind of in the middle there. But it really did slow the pace of the game down. It really slowed down what Carolina wanted to do. And, once again, I really feel like it's very plain to see the absence of a guy like Seth Trimble. His athleticism is sorely missed on this team. But it was good to see some of these guys step up and make some shots. Luka, one of the guys that I told you guys that I was really looking to see him. I really wanted him to pull the trigger in this one. He only attempted 7 field goals, but he shot 4 of 7 from the field. That's over 50%. He was 2 of 5 from 3. That's 40%. He was perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line in 25 minutes of play. Finished with 13 points on the night. Henry Vasar had a double-double, 12 and 11. And obviously the stinking king of the court, bro. Caleb Wilson himself, man. Phenomenal first half. Finished with 21 and 13. Didn't really have to do too much in the second half. No reason to push the pace with him. Just because he's so valuable to this team, especially with Seth Trimble out. He was 7 of 8 from the field, even hit a three-pointer, shot 75% from the free throw line. And, Caleb just does what Caleb Stinkin does, bro. He really owned the floor. Zayden High, man, finished in double figures, man. 11 points for him. Jonathan Powell had 9. Like I said, he had a couple of corner threes, and Derek Dixon was 3 of 5 from 3 as well, man. So, that may be one of the things that Carolina's really got to do, man, is kind of find guys that can dribble penetrate. Kai Evans has got to continue to get to the middle of the floor, working the high-low game, attacking the middle of that defense, and looking for these guys to kind of relocate and spot up in the corners for some open shots. And I think that they really did a good job of that in the second half. And, that's just kind of the difference in how Carolina's going to have to score the basketball, man. It's going to be, they're going to have to hit these jumpers, man, and find each other in some good step-in, 3 balls. And I think we saw a little bit more of that tonight. 11 of 28 from deep. And it was a little bit better. Started off real high, kind of trickled off at the end, man. Carolina finished 26 of 35 from the free throw line. Still, the good news is that Carolina is getting a lot of free throw opportunities. 74% you can live with. You can definitely live with that number. But the good news is that, Carolina's averaged in the past 2 ball games, dang near 40 plus free throws a game. That's always good when you can get to the daggum charity stripe, man, and try to get the free one. So, like I said, man, all in all, this is a really good basketball game for Carolina to get a 44-point win. Obviously, given the opponent, that's kind of what you would expect. Unfortunately, we're 3 points shy of getting those daggum biscuits. I would have liked to seen Dennis Foist one, just as thinking nobody's going to say that's bad sportsmanship, bro. Get the stinking triple digits. Let's all get a show. But we didn't get there. It is what it is. But a 44-point win is good for the Nets. So all in all, not too much to complain about, man. Carolina goes to 4-0 on the season. They have the Navy midshipmen in the Dean Dome on November 18th at 7 p.m. on the ACC network. So you already know that we will be watching that together as a family as well. So really interested in what you think, Tar Heel Nation college basketball family, about this daggone basketball game. What'd you like? What did you think that Carolina needs to work on? And what are you seeing in the absence of Seth? Do you think that we're trending upward? Do you think we're kind of getting things figured out? What did you think about Luka? Do you think he took too many shots in the first game and he kind of backed off in this one? Or do you want to see him pull the trigger more? And once again, man, sing Caleb Wilson stinking praises, because the dude is amazing, man. 44-point victory. I'll stinking take it all day and twice on Sunday. Do me a favor on the way out. Like, share, and subscribe to the daggum channel. It is a great day to be a Tar Heel. Go to hell, Duke, and go to hell State. And we'll catch you on the next one, baby. Go Heels.